Good morning. This is Josh Hayes with Hedge Plus, and here's today's market monitor. The headline for today is Disappearing Weather Fears, and the wait continues. We are still looking for either announcements of trade deals or more details to leak. Probably at the point where we actually need the deals to actually be fully agreed to. And White House indicates that 18 major trade deals are in the works, and it is said that deals with Japan, India, South Korea, and Vietnam are imminent. And that's really what the market's waiting on. We don't have much weather to factor anymore. Weather issues are clearing up. We do thankfully have strong export inspections and sales. You'll see why, especially with corn and wheat here in a moment. Soybeans, there is a slowing export pace. And what started yesterday with China indicating that they don't need U.S. farm goods and kind of held us back in the morning, that was erased throughout the day, partly because export inspections continue at a good pace, not so much with soybeans, although they were moderate, but just the fact that it's really unrealistic for China to claim that they can buy all of their agricultural needs elsewhere. They got about 70% of their soybeans from Brazil last year, around 20% from the United States. That demand can't simply be shifted elsewhere without a domino effect. If China buys more, or somehow can even buy more of their beans elsewhere and somehow manage to not buy any from the United States, it would just raise prices in those places, such as Brazil, and send other countries buying to us. So thankfully, the market priced out that fear and that reaction from those comments very quickly yesterday. Taking a look at the weather we talked about, um, obviously things went from very dry and drought in places like Oklahoma, Texas, and Kansas to now flooding in Oklahoma, possible flooding in Kansas and Arkansas. Um, we've obviously begun to or almost have entirely priced out any weather premium with wheat with regard to the dryness in the southern plains. And now the focus will quickly shift if this continues, this heavy rain, to potential flooding and the damage and the negative impact too much rain could have. In Ukraine, they had frost overnight yesterday, and that follows an unusual warm spell, so that's not the best combination. It is not expected to leave a lasting damage, this frost, but it has not been fully assessed yet. In Australia, wheat areas have gone dry again, and in China, the dry and warm weather continues in the north. It is said that they have about 2 more weeks they can manage without rain. If they get to mid-May and the rain has not fallen, it becomes a critical issue. Not exactly the best timing for China, where they're trying to declare that they don't need countries such as the U.S. for their agricultural needs. Taking a look at international cash prices, this is what I was referring to before, of why export inspections and sales pace is strong. U.S. has the cheapest corn and the cheapest wheat right now. Considerable difference with the U.S. wheat and the next lowest price coming out of the Black Sea. With beans, we're not quite as competitive, trailing both Brazil and Argentina. That is normal for this time of year. Um, Even with these prices, export inspections were not a disaster for soybeans. They were within the middle of the expected range, but corn nearly topped the highest expectations, and wheat surpassed the highest estimates quite easily, and you can kind of see why here. Taking a look at overnight prices, pretty flat. Corn and beans down about a penny and a half and 3.5 cents respectively. Wheat up a little over a penny, but related to or looking back at these prices versus 24 hours ago, wheat's actually down about 4 cents, and beans are up about 4 cents as we rebound from that scare with China's declaration yesterday. And corn is basically unchanged from where we were 24 hours ago. That's all for today. Have a great day, everyone, and we'll talk to you again tomorrow.